What's up, guys? I'm Ed from Guitar Space, and this video is a supplement to the Week 3 newsletter. Now, for those of you who haven't read the newsletter, we've been talking about the pros and cons of taking guitar lessons online. For those of you that have read it, you can just go through the timestamps and click to where the actual Band in a Box demo begins. And then I'll just give the rest of you guys a brief summary. There's a few challenges when you're dealing with learning online. And it's guitar lessons online, the programming, the way the lessons are structured, it's kind of a one-size-fits-all thing. And as a teacher, a one-on-one teacher, you don't teach that way. You meet the student where that student is, and you leverage their likes and their interests to try to keep motivating them to practicing and to continue playing, especially through that challenging hump of the beginning where your fingers aren't quite cooperating. And so as teachers, we generally will find creative assignments that will help them to continue. If you're self-teaching, you need to do that. And this particular exercise I'm going to talk about right now speaks to that. And basically, it's hard to stay motivated when you're working on technical exercise after technical exercise, and it's not sounding very musical. If you're working with a one-on-one teacher, they will generally supplement that with other things. So for example, if you're learning how to play chords, you can talk about things like chord theory, maybe some different fingering exercises or techniques and shortcuts specific to your problem areas. So here we're dealing with it in general. So if you're self-teaching, you need to find something supplementary that is 1, creative, 2, interesting and fun, and 3, that will inspire you or motivate you to practice. So for technical exercises, one of the things that I enjoy doing with my students is creating backing tracks. And it's not as difficult as that might initially sound. There are tools that will help you with that, and the thing that I want to talk about now is Band in a Box. And Band in a Box is a software program that creates these accompaniments, and I'm going to show you how right now. It's easy once it's installed and ready to go. So I'm just going to launch Band in a Box, and the installation is actually they will guide you through it. You can download the software, and this is what you see when it's launched. Now there are different levels of Band in a Box. You get virtual instruments on the more wallet-friendly versions, and you can continue to build up to it. I would suggest getting the entry-level version, which is just under $100, and you install it on your computer. You could go to their website and you could read the specs on it and stuff. There is an affiliate link that I will add into the description of this, and that I would encourage you to use that, because that really helps us keep the lights on and help us continue to make more content like this. But once it's installed, then it's real simple. This is where you want to go through. Now I'm gonna change some things here so that you can see how simple it is. Now there's a few things that you need to know before you create your backing tracks, and it's like how long it's going to be, the key and all that. But here, let's get started. I'm going to create something because I'm going to work on A minor pentatonic. I'm going to work on my pentatonic scales. All right, so we go here, we choose A minor, and it changes this to A minor. My exercise is not going to be that long. My exercise that I'm going to make is I'm going to make it 4 bars. That's how long my song is. And we're going to do this 8 times. So it will repeat 8 times. Now here, this is the simple part. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit AM, and then I can either hit the tab key or one of the arrow keys, and I can add chords that way. Now here, even though it's an A minor, I'm going to throw in a couple of other chords just to create a little bit of motion in this. And we're going to end on A minor. And that was it. All I did was type these things in. That was it. Now here, I'm going to go click this, click the search. And it gives me all of these choices, a category. I want to go something like maybe a blues rock thing. So let me go with blues. We'll just click blues. The time signature, I'm going to keep it at 4/4. And the feel, I want even eighths. I don't want to get into the swing eighths just yet. And my tempo, I'm going to put my tempo around 100. And you see, it keeps as I start clicking through this, it starts narrowing down my selections. And what type do I want? Real MIDI? Oh, I'm going to go MIDI only because that's what will be available to you. When you go with the real stuff, it does sound really cool. And let's see, what do we like here? I'm going to go with one of these. I'm going to go with this B3 rock. And then you can hear the actual backing track. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to hear this volume, but and here, this is a cool thing about practicing with this, because as you can see, when I click play, and I'm going to include a link to this, you get to see what measure you're on. Now, it's a creative exercise because you are, in a sense, kind of writing a song, but you're going to play over this. So you want it to sound good enough for you to play over. And I'm working on A minor, so I could have left this all A minor, but I'm putting in a couple of chords to create a little bit of motion. So as it goes through, I can hear the movement as it's going through. I'm also going to probably do an exercise on this and use it for other purposes. And if we were doing a one-on-one lesson, I would explain to you why these chords work and why they add motion. So you can work on music theory at the same time, a little bit of understanding of that. As week to week, you continue to work on your technical exercises. So does this tick my 3 boxes? Is it creative? Well, anytime you're creating something from nothing, you're exercising some creativity. Is it interesting and fun? I find this stuff very interesting and a lot of fun because we can go into many different directions here. We can come up with song ideas that are our own. We could also put in chord progressions from tunes that we're working on that we're having a hard time soloing over, and you can control the tempo so you can slow it down. If you're recording, and this is another way that I use it is also I will export the MIDI and import it into like GarageBand, Logic, or whatever DAW you like to use, and change those virtual instruments to better sounds. And then I get a better idea of what it sounds like. And generally what I'll do is I will write my song that way. I have the parts, and then I will make MP3s of that and send it to the players and go, this is what we're going to record. And then we'll bring them into the studio and you hear the whole thing come to life. So this is just the very beginning of some of the things that you could do. Does it motivate me to practice? Once I have this ready, then I have a practice tool. And you have here, if you go into Save Special, let me get into that. Here's where I could save it as a MIDI file to import it into my DAW. I can get the notation out of it. But here I can save it as a video and I could upload it to YouTube. So I'm gonna save this as a video and I'm gonna upload it and share it with you guys. All right, thanks for watching, and click subscribe. Hit me with a comment or something. Be nice with the comments, you know, those negative comments, man, it's just bad energy, you know? Thanks, I'll see you next time.